out here in my car today. I tell you, I promise after this video, I'm going to go to another controversial subject. But every time I get on this, it ends up, you get so involved you can't. Look, I didn't, anybody out there might be listening to me. I didn't just stumble up on this and say, oh, this is the way I believe. I went back and forth for years and years, and I weighed the matter on all this stuff about the end time, and a little clue here and a little clue there, and that's why I come to this type of the way I believe. People can believe like they want to. I'm just putting it out there how I believe, and somebody might like it. I don't know, they might not like it, but anyway, I was gonna go to this thing about I promise after this one, I hope I don't make another one the rest of the day. But I wanted to show you why about let's talk about this devil being loose for a short season, and how this all ties in together, and how I believe that let me hold this up. See if I can hold this up. On one of my other videos, I talk about the four kingdoms: Mede, Persian, Roman, Greek. Well, the different kings in that, Anyway, if you can read that, I just want to hold it up there. This is where I believe in the Old Testament it starts talking about this is Daniel 2:44, how it starts talking about the kingdom that will never pass away, that is going on right now, brothers and sisters. And in the days of these kings, talking about those four kingdoms that were in power at the time of the great kingdoms, Roman being one of them, the last one, anyway. Okay, look at this. And in the days of these kings, the kings of these kingdoms, shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to another people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Anybody that gets in the way of this kingdom of Jesus Christ will be, in the fullness of time, brother and sister, will be crushed into pieces, in my view. Now, it's going on right now. It was started 2,000 years ago. In this portion of view, that's what I settled on. And look, let's get to the end here, and then let's deal with this other question that always comes up. It always comes up. I know what everybody's talking about. It says, let's see. Okay, where it's talking about Satan being loose for a short season. When did this occur? Well, brothers and sisters, I believe, people can believe like they want to believe. I believe that Jesus has been ruling and reigning all this time. But look at here what it says. And I saw thrones that sat upon them, and judgments which were given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Jesus. Look, I saw the souls of them. Brother, I know this isn't the last day or the end of the world, because these were souls. These were not body. They have not received their immortal bodies yet. That occurs on the last day, brothers and sisters, at the resurrection at the last day. This is my view. People can, I know somebody's going to disagree, but okay, it says, look, anyway, this is talking about the mark of the beast. These people were beheaded in this period of time. And he said, look, it says, they say, and they lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years. Yes, these saints, these martyred saints, lived and reigned with Jesus Christ all this thousands of years. It's been at least 2,000, I know of. 1,000, in my view, would mean a long time. They've ruled and reigned with Christ up there in heaven, but they're the souls of them, not the bodies, the souls of them. They haven't been like we all get our bodies at the same time, according to, I believe. But anyway, it says, anyway, it goes on into this, and so it talks about that he was loosed for a short season. The old devil was loosed for a short season. This is my view, brothers and sisters, and don't get mad with me. I believe that short season is now. That's my opinion. I can't prove it, But I believe that short season that he's been loosed, go out to deceive all the nations. I believe that is what has happened now, in my view. I could be wrong, but I'm not going to go back and forth for another 5-6 years. I don't have that much time. I'm saying that time is now. That he's gone out and he's deceiving all the nations. He's been loosed out of his prison for a short. God had to loose him. But I believe he was bound up for a while in our history because. But then it says now he's loosed and he can deceive. He's deceiving all the nations. I believe that he was limited for a period, bound up by the gospel of Jesus Christ. But now he's been loosed. And if you look around you, he's deceiving all the nations. That's my view on the matter. If I had to guess, that would be my view on the matter, that he is loose now. And that's what we're seeing now. And, of course, you see what happens at the end of this. Let me see. Oh, okay. And he shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the seashore. I think he's talking about the sand by the seashore. I think he's talking about his saints. And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints. Oh, these are God's people. Looks like we're in trouble. And the beloved city and the fire came down from God out of heaven to devour them, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, which is with the beast and the false prophet, and they shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. That will be the end of the old devil. And that is in our future, brothers and sisters. I hope, not too distant future, but that is what I believe that has not been fulfilled yet in the book of Revelation. And look up here, it says, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Jesus. Souls, not bodies, souls. Which is the first resurrection. When we die, our body, our soul goes to be with Jesus, brothers and sisters. But at the end of the world, it all comes back to everything comes to fruition, and we put on immortality with a immortal body that God will give out at those days. That's why I see it. But anyway, just want to make myself more clear. I didn't just say, "Oh, I think No, I've been back and forth on this for years and years and years, and I probably don't have enough time to change my mind on this one. I'm getting a little bit old. But that's what I settled on. And I don't think brethren ought to fall out about it because it's very, very, you think you got it, and then you read over there and it says something else. You read back over here and it says something else. Well, that don't sound right. You go back and forth. But in my view, the book of Revelation, Revelation is... they have pushed it off into the future. If you look at there, at the end of this, it says, I come quickly. All through here, at the end, it says, I come quickly. So there was a coming in the first century, brothers and sisters. Right here at the end, it says, I come quickly. What do you mean come quickly? It's been 2,000 years. Let's say, well, I ain't got time to look it up, but you look it up. Right. I come quickly. Last thing they say, behold, I come quickly. Right at the end of the Bible. So this coming was a coming, in my view, in right at the end of the Bible. It says, I come quickly. Time is at hand. Must shortly come to pass. All through the book of Revelation. In my view, all of it has took place. These people were martyred in the first century. The souls of them were there in heaven with him. They ruling and reigning because it says he had his kingdom that would never end. And that was the kingdom I think he was talking about, brothers and sisters, over there in Daniel 2 and 44. So that's the way I see it. And just want to make myself more clear and more clear and more clear. I hope this is the last one I make. I want to get on another subject, which is always controversial on my little channel. It's always a controversial subject. But flat earth is controversial. Everything is controversial that goes against when you start following the spirit of truth, brother and sister. Everything is controversial. It's the opposite of what we are being fed everywhere. Incidentally, at the end of this video, I want to talk about what's going on in the world today. I don't want to get this one bleep, so I have to be careful. The uh, the supposed uh, the pathogen. That's a word I can use, pathogen. Maybe that'll get by the censors. This supposed pathogen that is stopped the world in its tracks, which I believe is contrived. Well, at what point? Tell me this, brothers and sisters. At what point does us obsessing over this mysterious pathogen make life not even worth living? You know, it's so there's so much to do and so much to obsess over that you know, there's no peace about living. You know, that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm saying. Uh, that's what I think is trying to do. They got you going this way and that way. You darned if you do, darned if you do, and darned if you don't. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, I wrote a little song about that and put it up on my video the other day. I said, forget what it was, but anyway, you can look back there. But anyway, I want to make myself more clear on this, the devil thing, the devil being loosed. I think he was bound in our history by the gospel and limited. But now, in this time period, if I had to guess, I would say that this is what is happening now. He's been loosed because if you look around, it's like he's deceiving all the nations. And people are going to be fooled. But look, the saints, God is not going to lose one of all that the Father's given him. That's the good news, brothers and sisters. No matter how dark it looks. And look, this is our finest hour because we don't see, you know, all we do is go by faith. This is our finest hour, brothers and sisters, because the trying of your faith works patience, brothers and sisters. It works patience. God's putting on trial the faith of his saints. Some of us are flunking them. I flunked them, made a big fat F for a long time. But right here in the end of my life, I want to at least get, you know, maybe a D minus or a C minus in my what little I do right, you know, for him. Whatever obedient act I do here in my twilight years. But anyway, just want to come back this one more time. I promise that'll be the end of today, I hope. And then I'll go back to some other controversial subject that you ain't never heard about that's exactly the opposite of what everybody thinks. Peace and love from this old boy down here in Alabama.